What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And this particular video, I will be reviewing Euphoria, the pilot episode 1, season 1. Now, it was quite an interesting episode. I definitely will be tuning in. Originally, if y'all see my last video, my live video, I was kind of ranting about should I do ambitions or Euphoria reviews. I just got through watching it, so I won't be 9 times 10 that something comes up be reviewing it this late. When I do review, it will be probably no later than Tuesday night or nothing, maybe past Wednesdays, but it will be earlier than this. But yeah, it's a show to watch. It was pretty interesting to see, and I will be tuning in the future. So let's get into it, y'all. And by the way, besides shout out to my YouTube family, I like to say this. Don't forget, you like what you see, you like what you hear. Go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, somewhere around there. But go ahead and definitely subscribe, and click on the notification button that got custom out there, and try to get all notifications. So if you want, you can see when I'm get notified every time when I post a video. And the other one is customized, and last one just like if you don't care, just leave it as is. And anyway, also don't forget to like the video. So the more likes I get, the more the video, get a little notifications, the more the video is a little bit out there. But anyway, y'all, let's get into it. Now the main character, Rue, she is a teenager who is just came out of rehab. And she talks in a narrative style, and I don't know if I'm doing the right wording, but she talks like she can almost go in a time travel and float and talk about her life in the past, and talk and float and also narrate to the audience, explaining certain things and scenarios that are going on. Okay? Like, for example, she goes back and she even describes when she was born, even when she was in the womb, kind of like she was near the service, kind of like describing, like she kind of talks almost as if she could have potentially like been like a poet, or like, I don't know, like in philosophy somewhere, just like has some type of philosophy, but just the way she talks and flows as if she could be a writer. Maybe that's just me that notices that, the way she talks. And she talks in a form like it's poetic, but not exactly poetic, but extremely like interesting to me personally. But she's not talking like she's talking about the concrete and it's really about a bird or something like that in that form. Not like that, and you can't understand what she's talking about. But kind of maybe seeing the fantasy world, especially coming from mind frame of someone who is an addict, and also is dealing with mental issues and the self-medicating. So she goes, like I said, she was born a couple days after 9/11. She kind of describes, like I said, she's talking as if she was there, and she can remember to when she was born in her mother's womb, chilling for 9 months. And then she goes to talk about, like, it looks like she's 5 years old. She's looking up at the light in the living room, something like that. And with us as the audience, we also see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a little bit more. And the mom asked her, and I think she started counting again. And the mom was asked, well, who are you talking to? And the girl, she started crying. And they took her, obviously, to a child psychiatrist. And they have her little or psychologist. Um, and they're pregnant with her sister. She has a younger sister named Gia, who's a couple of years younger than her, or whatever. And they told Ruse and Gia's parents that at that time that they've been diagnosed this child at least about 5, 6, 7 things. I stopped counting. I'm like, maybe they get together. Okay, she was OCD with, I think, bipolar, anxiety issues, something like this, blah blah blah, something like this. I think narcissist, has 5 personalities, whatever they said. Well, we don't know for sure. So that's a lot, to even say that she has all of these mental issues and problems and disorders. And of course, that unfortunately means that this child, because it's shown in later scenes, she's like 12. It's like she at least has over, it looked like, and these were medications. This wasn't a vitamin C, not a biotin, or anything that she had. And it looked like she took them 2 times a day, because the mom had, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the little capsule container thing, put your medicine in organized, so you ain't got to keep on open up one bottle here, one bottle here, one bottle here. But that was a lot of medications, and I don't think none of them, it was a Flintstone vitamin, okay? And the mom's trying to explain to her, like, when she's organizing all these medications to give this child, saying that, well, child, I mean, it's okay. There's a lot of people that take medicine, medicine, stuff like that. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. And, sometimes children are still, I mean, a lot of us, most of us, most cases, I mean, children are still in that stage. I'm kind of wondering, and I mean, I do have a bachelor's of psychology, but I don't use it like that. But it's interesting how this child is diagnosed, and it comes where questions be like, is all this medication really necessary, as is even sometimes with adults, and let alone the fact that there's a child and there's medication. There's a lot of questions, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, let me stop my rants. So when the mom is explaining and giving examples, like to show like she's not the only one that has these issues or don't feel bad. She's explaining like Van Gogh, and they show like a reenactment, Van Gogh blowing his brains out, another person about to cook, to commit suicide by putting herself inside the oven. And they show a clip of Britney Spears when she had her mental breakdown, and you hear somebody, her head is bald, her head is shaved. I'm just like, oh gosh, okay, those were really some good examples, mom. Anyway, so they also have a scene where also I think she has cousin anxiety. She was showing like reenactment where she had like a panic attack around that time, and then it shows, like I said, it goes like back and forth a couple times throughout the beginning, especially the beginning of the episode. And like I said, she's back. Her mom's picking her up, and her sister from rehab. And by that time, you don't see the dad anymore. You see him earlier when the child was younger, and even like probably her tween stages, but you didn't see the dad no more. And I was like, where's her fuck Rose and Gia's daddy at? So like I said, they go, the mom and Gia go pick her up. Gia's sister's happy, and mom Leslie is like happy that she got a child, and so forth, whatever. So of course, Drew already had in her head that she only did the stint basically because she had no choice, and her mom a legal guardian, and like I said, the dad was not there in the beginning. So we go into the neighborhood where they at. They're kind of like this little suburban area, and when they're almost on the way back, there's this girl riding her bike named Jules. Okay, and she's a new person in the neighborhood. And like again, Rue decides to tell us a little bit about her. And Rue actually, when you see her taking shots, whatever, you see her with the needle and the solution, and she's getting her buttocks. And also, you read before seeing the episode or whatever that actually Jules is a transgender girl. Okay, but I don't think, based on what I've seen, but well, okay, we'll get into that. It's like, based on what I've seen, I don't think really nobody too much in the town knows yet that she's a transgender girl. Okay, but anyways, now, like I said, Jules, like I said, she passed by, and she seems to be intrigued by her. She's already looking at her like she stands out, like it catches her attention. And even before, like when they were talking about when she's on her way home, like I said, it's a couple flashbacks, so it's already back and forth. And there's one scene where, her sister, that's how she ended up gets in rehab. Gia, Rue's sister, had found her with she's vomit, she OD'd. And that's how she ended up in rehab. And also, it was, like I said, there was a scene, like I said, she had a panic attack when she was younger, stuff like that. And it also had started showing right before she OD'd how she asked mom if she had any tampons. And we kept seeing her, like, she kept going back and forth to the cabinet. We don't know if it was her medication that she was open. We don't know if it was the mom's, but she started off taking or self-medicating, as far as I'm concerned, self-medicating with this medicine. And she just kept taking it over, like taking it over and over again. And then we see other scenes where Rue is like, you see it kind of from her angle where you see through the lens of the camcorder, whatever, and she's kind of, you see the grittiness and how she's in awe and euphoria, and just everything is a daze and beautiful, but it's a mess. And then because she's not only beside prescription pills, now she is snorting cocaine and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like, I was wondering where she got all this access to drugs from. And I was like, I don't think this mom give her allowance. So I didn't see that. Okay, I know that's probably off the subject, but she has all this access to these drugs, and she's getting pointed, look like, she taken to the head, a fifth or something, smearing off, I don't know what it was, and then just, smoking weed when weed. I don't know what weed. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying how this all this access to these drugs, and she's just explaining, like in the terms, it sounded like she was talking as if this is how I am when I get that high. Okay, that high I need to calm me down. Okay, that high to make me feel low to the ground, but I need to stay stabilized. I don't know. So real quick, it was this party come up with this guy, this football player looked like with McKay. And you always got a jockey jackass. Okay, we're gonna call this one, at least what we see in the show, like the main one is jockey jackass is Nate. Okay. I'm this is stuff. I'm the man. Toxic masculinity. Okay, that's what he was giving me, okay? At least right now, okay. So he's riding in I don't know if it was a Ram or a Ford or 250, but he is riding with his friend McKay, and they talking about, I think it was McKay's party, but it sounded like Nate was hosting or was at his house. But what I got is it was McKay's house. Guess his parents was gone. And he's all like talking about the party. And Jules again is riding on her bike. But she's riding, she's, like still like right, she's in the street but riding right next to the curb. And he gonna pull out talking about you can sit on this D, whatever. And Jules sticks up a middle finger, and she ends up falling and hurting herself. McKay was like, you could just let alone. You didn't have to do that. But they still kept driving. So she got back on her bike, whatever, right? So it kind of centers where you get an introduction, but it's all seemed like this McKay party, this big party. Then you got one scene where you got Maddie, and she flat just don't give it to her. I first thought maybe she was asking boo, but she literally has her boobs out. Is my ear holes okay? She asking a girl named Kat. Okay, kitten and cat. She's like, she's sexually embarrassed. She's ready to get some D. Never had the D, but ready to get some D. Okay. There's another girl. I forgot all the girl's name, but it's a girl named Maddie. That we found out later on is next on or off to be a girlfriend, And but she's all asking Cat for a second. She really had her boobs out. Like, and it was, honey, okay, they're trying to tell a girl you fine, blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, they're getting ready for this big party. All right. And there's a couple of girls, like I said, they were supposed to go there too. So, there's a scene where McKay, and I guess he has two identical brothers that look like a couple years younger, for I'm guessing maybe about 15 years old, whatever. And you got these guys smoking and they're talking about a girl named Casey, which I'll go into there later. I think her name is Cassie or Casey. And he's like, Nate, super toxic jackass, is up here, with the other boys, and talking about how Casey, been passed around, been sucking shafts, whatever, and getting D down, and using no gag and all this other stuff, if you know what I mean, with a bunch of these boys. And they're showing certain pictures. And again, here come Baru narrating like Cassie's actually a cool person, sweet person. The pictures they show could have been something along the lines where she's sending somebody, and in this age and age, anything once you send to the phone or put into the phone can be in cloud. And we've already talked about the issue with the Bella actress, with some people. Okay, I digress. But just the fact that those pictures could have been sent to somebody. Then they sold her somebody, but you didn't know. But from what I seen, they were showing like it looked like we don't know whether she filmed it or she was filmed without her permission. That she was caught in sex. I seen somebody from behind with glitz because I didn't see nobody in front. I didn't know she was tagged, literally tagged. But I didn't know. But he's trying to say, kind of like saying like she, because Nate's trying to tell McKay that he needs to go ahead, smash and pass. Smash, bang, and let her go, go whatever. Like smash and take out the trash, because pretty much equivalent to trash. Okay, but slut has double meaning, because slut also could be a good word for what I've seen that they were talking about later on. Like, oh, okay, that's really, that's a compliment. I didn't know. Times have changed now. Anyway, so, like I said, everybody get a repair about. Let me get this interesting thing out the way. Now, I don't know if Jules is like doing this for attention. I didn't see any payment. I don't know what's going on. If this is the way she feels she's the only way that she can get guys' attentions or get men's attention, even though she's, well, I don't know what exactly age she is, but she's very young, okay? She sat there and she's going through the site that's kind of like a Tinder or something like that, I think. And when she goes there, this guy, I even had to pause because I was like, what was it saying? It was like, I seen real quick, and the guys she choose, some of them show their faces and stuff like that. Was there a penis? shoulder there, I think, in the thing. I don't know. But she's flipping. And one time she's seen from the base down, and it's like it said femboys, and it said something about twink or tink, twink. And I Googled that, and it's a term that means, attractive, young, late teens, early 20s boy that has a slender build, nice build, not really to none facial hair or something like that, whatever, right? So she ends up and she was going to meet out with him. She was invited, I think, from Kat and Maddie, one of the other girls, to go to the party, but she is going to skip out because she's going to meet Dominant Daddy. That's his name. That's what he said. So, anyways, we go and she's on her way there. She's riding her bike, and she stays with her dad. That's Rue. I forgot to mention too. Rue said that she stays with her father, and she goes, and it's already seemed like it's a creepy setup. I mean, of course, she's meeting him at a motel, and he lets her because she's first asking, like, "Oh, is it cool? You're not no murderer." And he's like, "Haha." And I'm like, I know she's a child, but it's like this, like, I wouldn't, he's like, he's not a murderer. And then he has two glasses and a drink. And I'm felt to myself, girl, don't go in there. You don't know some of them drinks. And I just, so, anyways, she goes and he talks, and he's even talked to her in a way like, even though she says she's 22, it's kind of like he don't know or maybe don't care that the fact that she's underage, because he's just like this. This is her jewel space. I'm just reacting, and his finger. With your generation, you don't have to care. I wish that. And he does a finger, and he puts it like in her mouth. I'm just going to reenact the mouth. And this is where it's going as far as like here, go ahead. I mean, if he could, he would take it all the way here and put it down where it's reaching in the middle of his thing. But that's what it was. It was just kind of like this and this and this, and I was like, this is not going to go too well. So he's getting ready to put the condom on, whatever, and like Rue said something, I don't know what the hell she was talking about, but kind of just talking. But she goes and they, but the way, maybe it was just me, what it kind of started, they didn't really show like from the angle of like from the lower body part, but kind of face. But the way she sounded, it sounded like either she was in pain or something. I don't know, or I don't know. Maybe that was just me. He finishes and then he goes to wash his dirty penis up, and she looks at his phone, and on the screen, his screensaver is this look like a family photo. She for some reason puts the ring that met his his wedding ring on top of that. So we'll get to that later on. So like I said, Rue was had came back with, like I said, she already has been. Let's go fast forward again. Like I said, it does jumping styles to one situation to another. And that's where her part is before she got the party. Before Zoo got, why I say Rue got, why did I call her Zoo got to the party? Because I'm mixing up her real name, the actress that plays that, with Rue. Okay, so anyway, Rue, goes to some gas station. Her friend name is Fez or something, and that's her drug dealing friend slash or whatever. And he's her boy, not her boyfriend, but just her friend. And she goes in there, and I swear, I first thought this was a part of a sequence, like either she was already high going in there, because when she goes in there, it's this young boy, and maybe it is in a drug sequence. Okay, y'all need to see this for yourself. And this young boy got two face tattoos, unless he used like a Sharpie to put two face tattoos. This boy looked about the same age as my nephew, little Kenny, who is 10. Okay, and he's up there like, man, I got this, blah 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 here, blah blah blah. I mean, I know this, but I'm like, is this? That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking as a grown man or a teenager that is selling her drugs, but because she's high already, I'm thinking she's seeing this older child, a guy either her age or older, just like Fez, because she goes into a cool, like a hidden spot, and in there, and he up eating Lucky Charms, but it's a child, and I'm thinking like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, unless he got that certain condition where they're old, they look like children, they actually are adults and look like children, that looked like a whole child. Okay, maybe it's some backstory they're gonna talk about him, but like I said, that looked like a child, and I thought we were high with Rue. Okay, and he up to talk about, take these mushrooms, blah blah blah, blah, or take these certain prescriptions, blah blah. And she said, even though it's $100, she said Fez is covered, or basically, she got IOU on that. So she got some drugs and in a Ziploc bag and went on her merry way. Okay. So she's on her way to the party. Her way she go on the party is she's walking to the party, they ain't got no problems just walking at night because she used to, drunk and ride a bicycle. She ran into, during their stop sign. She fell all in the bushes. Okay, everything. So she literally drunk. She get drunk and on the bike, so she's not safe. So she walk in and just walk in, and already before she got there, y'all, this is what she had to do. It's also the two more characters. Now it's two characters. One named Casey, and Casey's the girl who McKay is interested in and started talking to, whatever, and also is the thought in question. Okay, and whatever. But Lexi is, I think, a little bit older, young Casey, I don't know. But Lexi is Ruth Child's friend. She had to escape. I don't know if she escaped at the time, because like I said, y'all, the sequence seems like she is high, even when she's narrating at times. So we don't know we're seeing stuff in, like, when she's, like, sober at all. But it may seem like the jump scenes a lot of times is when she's high. At least to me it seemed that way. So when she goes to get the bear, because her mom was like, I'm about to give you a drug test, stuff like that. So it didn't show. I didn't see her jump out the window, roll out the window. Did she get the pee, whatever? How did she get out? I don't think they even showed her getting out. Did she drunk ride? I don't know. But she goes to her friend's Lexi house. And then you got the mama, right? She up here like this. With some liquor, some fabulous wine in the cup. Up here talking, and I don't know if Lexi just told her or the town knows, whatever. But when she's waiting, she whispers to Lexi that basically she needs some nice warm peace so she can pass a drug test so she can get out the house. Because Mama Lexi said, you ain't getting out this house without passing the test. Bad pee-pee? Not good with me. Okay? So, she goes, Lexi, she's like, so she goes upstairs, gets give her a container, whatever. And like I said, Casey's mom and Lexi's mom is up here like this. So, you came for rehab. How was everything? Was it cute boys there? And it's ironic, interesting. I know I may be using wrong terminology. That's a technology. I'll go with that in a second because I forgot one thing. But she's interesting though. She seemed a little bit toasted, and she's asking questions as if you would think she went to go see her grandma's house in Alabama somewhere and spent the whole summer. Okay, learn how to make quilts. That's how she was talking. Like, has everything okay to meet some members? How was that? Do you think? Did you like it up there? Okay. And Cassie tells her like, Mom, mute that up. And she even tell her about, she's talking to this boy, and I think she mentions a K, but Casey say it's not really that serious, blah blah blah, and kind of like downplaying what it is. And Lexi gives her the so-called eyeliner or something, whatever, eye palette, whatever, to camouflage. So she takes the container, I guess, and Lexi's pee, puts it on her leg, whatever, and her mom turns her head, but like I said, you don't see her how she got out the house exactly. Like I said, she just maybe rolled out the window, and they don't show when she goes in, but she's able in time to tell her mom, okay, I can pee now, and blah blah blah. So the mom, like I said, we're doing this for your own, basically like saying, why she's doing this for her own good. How your sister felt, because she turned her head, when she was peeing, and she, of course, went ahead and tested the urine, and it was fine. Now she better be careful though, because what if Leslie, well, like I said, this series is, but hopefully Leslie don't even smoke any weed or nothing like that one of them days. And also, you'll see when y'all watch the show how she goes in detail the possible ways of like preventing yourself drinking. Like I said, the way she interacts things, even if I went into every detail supposedly, it's still a show worth watching. You still you still have to see for yourself. So, anyways, also like I said, you got that with Cassie McKay in the hooking up. They were talking a second, and like I think when they were at the house at the party, and they're about to hook up, and started had sex. He put the condom on, and he's trying to strangle her. And here again, Rue pops in like she is in the room, invisible, but able to talk to the audience and say, like, this ain't rape and blah blah blah. She goes to show like with the porn things, like he's only going by probably what the porn says, and what we seen earlier is if he's also going by how they already said she, is a thought in question, a queen thought, legendary thought, whatever. And so he's going by what they're saying. So he automatically is trying to up here, strangle her, and think like she likes it. She said, hey, you get off me, stop. But Brew also was explained, this ain't rape, it's just what he's used to seeing when you up here looking at the pornography, stuff like that. So then she stopped, but she did say you just have to ask me if I'm okay with it and blah blah blah. And they understand. So I guess maybe as long as she gave permission, he can only use 3 fingers instead of 5. I don't know. So anyway, um, they like I said, they end up hooking up, and then after that uh scene with Jules decided she is going to go to the party. We got Maddie. She's jealous. They're like, but by the way, before they go to the party, I noticed they see Rue and she's walking. And they're like, oh my gosh, is that Rue? Is that, they would call Rue. One of them called Casper, and the other would call, oh, that's a ghost. I don't want to see ghost, a ghost. And that's kind of sad that they kind of value her as if she's not even real in human form. Most of them don't. And so, but they do offer a ride, and she does end up going there with them to the party. So, um, around this time, there's a couple more other little things that's going on. And by the way, I guess texting now, when Rue explained earlier about when they're going through Cassie's pictures, whether she sent them or they were leaked, whatever. Um, she was saying like now how basically like photos, sending for new photos is like the new way of thing. And it's like why guys are is shaming females for sending new photos. That's nothing new. You send a new. You're supposed to send a nude for some reason, just because. Okay, so when we get to this party, and this scene, y'all, you have to see it for yourself. They show Rue went to the bathroom, and she did a little snort, and then she came out, y'all, and it's a feeling, a spinning of the head feeling, but you're actually visually seeing how she feels. So you see the whole wall. She was walking on the ceiling, and literally just all the way circle way around the whole wall. Everything was turning, and she was just walking on the ceiling, this wall here, somebody's window and stuff, but it was how she felt. So a lot of times this show must be seen from the angle that how she feels when she high. You're gonna see it. And so she ends up talking to Fez, meet her up there, and they talking, and both of them high as heck. But I don't know if he was just on weed, whatever. But she kind of explains one time about her dad. It turns out this is why we don't see her dad anymore. She was explaining one time, I guess maybe she had another panic attack or something between the parents, and they gave her liquid Valium, and how she felt wonderful about having this feeling. Maybe that was how she started becoming addicted to abusing prescription drugs, where it went to legal drugs, whatever, blah blah blah. So, and then she said 2 years later her dad passed away. They first thought it was a mini celebration that her dad had well on the test, so, and he died from, I don't know if it was cancer or whatever, I don't remember, but some terminal illness, and then he passed away. And then she's still here. And the boy's like, saying like, he thought like she went to rehab. I forgot which time he said it, and was supposed to get better because she still wants to be on drugs. She had no intention of getting off it. So they just talk for a second. You're like, man, blah blah blah. So we got, like I said, the super jackass, which is Nate. And he's with one girl. Maddie's trying to show I can get better. Go to the next man. I think Kat and whoever the rest of the girls, I don't know all their names yet, we're talking about earlier. So she talks to this one guy, right? And she's like, I'm hot. Let's go to the pool. And blah, blah, blah. And Nate, still with the other girls, whatever. So they all, and they, going in their underwear in the pool. And I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem right. So anyway, she asks the guy, I'm just trying to make my ex-boyfriend jealous. And, do you want to do smash right now? And he was like, are you serious? Yeah. And that means, wait a minute, he got his drawers on, Speedos on, whatever. He ain't got no condom on, so you just raw dog him. Not only you raw dogging, he's raw dogging your behind, but you raw dogging up in the public. Okay, just bouncing on his peen in the pool. And some people, of course, are probably was putting on Snapchat and stuff, whatever, because one of Nate's boys told him that he, she getting smashed in the pool, and he was just like, you slut. She was like, suck my D. I don't know why this is popular now. Personally, I don't take the camera. I don't want it. I don't want a D. I don't want it. I don't. We hear suck my D a lot for some reason, but. I don't know if they still kept screwing or not, but he's rocking, he's mad. But right before we get mad, let's talk about another scene. Kat is talking to some guys. The two twins, they getting high, and she in the room with this other guy. And she's claiming like, they ask her one of her friends if she's a slut, and she's one of her friends is a slut. She's like, yeah, she's a slut, and they ask her if she's a slut. And she was like, yeah, I am, blah blah blah. And Rue also says to us and floats back into that scene that she is a virgin, but she wants to sport the sexuality. And like I said, she's like, yeah, they're looking like I said, a term slut is a compliment. So, anyways, the guy was like, "Oh well, would you, give blow his balloons? If y'all seen Janky promotion, I know I'm talking about blow his balloons." And she like, "Oh well, okay," or something like that was about to agree. But he was like, "Well, take off your top," and she was like, "Right now," but so it was just she kept the bra on, and the twins decided to basically punish him. Were like, "Well, they say the fat girls get the best head," and she kind of just uh, she kind of was like this. She didn't admit that it was uncomfortable, whatever, but she's still talking to the other guy, and they never showed. But supposedly, she said that she did lose her virginity later on to one of her friends that she came to the party with. So, kind of like the second to last scene. Now, Nate, after he's seeing his ex girl, who's now the slut, like I said, the slut, which is a term now, is a bad term. Um, is he's mad, so he in a rage, and knocking over glass, stuff like that, like he gonna sweep it over. It is his house, whatever. He told everybody, move out the way, move out the way, get out the kitchen, get out the kitchen. Literally tell everybody to get out the kitchen. In case Fama's house, that there ain't nobody supposed to be up in there, but whatever. So Jules at that time, when all this stuff has happened, has just finally just came to party. She already taken a shot glass, whatever, liquor, whatever, and she in the corner near the toaster somewhere, and he all like, who is you? Blah 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 blah. Does anybody know you? Do anybody know her? Blah 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 blah. And he's all, well. I'm probably real life. We all know he probably took some Mentos or something and probably brushed teeth with her. But he was like this close, all in her face, like I know who you are. And I first thought, oh, so does he know about her, whatever, no, you're whatever. And blah 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 on her face. Does anybody know this? Blah blah blah. And I can understand Jules was the type of way because he did harass her not only as earlier, but the way he's close to is like he could possibly do something to her. Ain't nobody trying to help her or nothing like that. So if he was going to attack her, she would have to fend for herself, which she did. So pretty much he would say something like, if anybody don't know, somebody, since nobody know, he said some comment about she was going to get effed up. And you know what? She took a knife, and then all of a sudden, Nate, no, was like this. I'm just playing. 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 Don't hit you. He's about to turn to get out the picture, right? Because she got a knife, and she was ready to slap her. She was like, "Well, you want to do something?" Blah blah blah. But it was true. He did say something as if she was going to get effed up, like he was going to attack her, and he was all in her personal space. Okay. And you got to do something. So she cut herself, right? And, let him know, like, what you gonna do something, blah, blah. He's like, you're crazy, crazy, I get out of here. So, Rue comes at a time when, she up here, slicing herself, slit herself, not up here, wrist, but right here. And then, I know you gotta see it, like, right here. And then, she's getting ready to leave, and Rue says, like, can I leave with you? So, Jules and her go to her place after that happened. It kind of had faded out after that incident occurred. And when they go to place, and I'm thinking like, girl, you walking around with this knife thing, you really gotta get some saline and peroxide stuff and put, something on there or something like that, just walking around with an open wound and stuff, and it was blood that was shown, okay? So they finally, because she first, Jules went down to her underwear, blah blah blah, and got her to bed, and I'm sitting there like, don't y'all know she's still bleeding? Did she get? I know. Okay, man, I'm jumping ahead of myself. But I mean, it's tornado summer. Some damn mosquitoes would have had damn field day in real life. Anyway, so she up here, still got that, and I seen they finally did get some freaking cotton balls. By the way, did I mention earlier? Okay, like I said, Jules stays with her dad. Her parents were divorced, but she stays with her father. Yeah. So, anyways, they finally got some stuff. They were finally a rule helps them with wrapping up the arm, and it kind of end with them like, you know what we should do? They lay on the bed, and she's like, we should get high, and that kind of like ends, I think, last. But at one point, I forgot to mention that I wanted to save for last when Mr. Jackass went to back home the next day or whatever. He's going past in the hallway, he got to floor, house, or wherever the heck it is, and going up the stairs. And we see the exact picture of Dominant Daddy on that wall. And Rue also said, because she's Coco has floated to that family, to that family's thing. Well, remember she said, she's like, things are gonna get weird. So Dominant Daddy is obviously Nate's daddy, or related to most 9 times 10 is his daddy. Yeah. So Dominant Daddy is, like I said, got some secrets, and that I wonder how that's gonna play out. But anyway, that's pretty much the rest of the thing. Okay, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This is gonna be interesting. Like I said, this show is not kid friendly. Even though we talking about teenagers here, these people are not teenagers. They are legal of age who are playing these roles. But yeah, it still was interesting. But anyway, y'all, I rambled enough. But anyway, hugs and loves, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And soon, like I said, my video should be sooner than Friday/night/Saturday morning. Okay? All right. See y'all next one. Take care.